Welcome to the Ellis Realty Group podcast series, Unlocked. Join us as we explore every aspect of buying, selling, and investing in real estate. And please subscribe to our page.
Hi, I'm Sheila Stokes from Ellis Realty Group. I am coming to you with a segment of home inspection from A to Z. And I have with me today George Moran, the owner of Home Team, and out of Mercer County, but he does all of New Jersey. He is a licensed inspector with associations with the American Society of Home Inspectors and also the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. He's done over 2,000 inspections in the state of New Jersey, but their company is worldwide. So we're going to go through some questions today and kind of find out why it's important to have a home inspection on your property when you're buying or selling, or other instances that may require home inspection. So tell us a little bit about your company, George.
Sure. Home Inspection Service has been around since the early 1980s. The owner started the company with an approach to help. His idea was there wasn't nothing established right now at the time that he started, so he wanted to bring a different concept. We want to take the client through a process of understanding the home. Mm-hmm. We don't want to just disclose information. We want to make sure they understand the idea of the home, or how it is the time of inspection, and how to best care it going forward. Mm-hmm. So that was our approach. Me, myself, I became a home inspector because I had a construction background. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to bring that forward.
Yes.
I was a teacher as well, so that whole idea of introducing the client and bringing them through the home and doing kind of a tour of the house while we're doing it, that whole idea suited me perfectly. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do.
So it kind of familiarized you with things that aren't correct or out of place or things like that.
Exactly. Yes. Basically, our approach is an evaluation. Because of our knowledge, our experience as a home inspector, we want to let you know things you might haven't seen yet.
Yes.
And how to address them.
Yeah. So it gives the customer like that extra comfort in something that they're purchasing.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
You as a customer want to know, am I walking into something safe? What's my expected or what my cost is going to be, more or less. Of course, we don't give you an idea of the cost, but we'll give you a setup of where you can find all that information and what to look for.
Okay. So, in your opinion, overall, why is a home inspection important for a buyer or seller, or in other circumstances?
Well, a home inspection is so important because you don't want to go blind into something. The more knowledge you have about this big investment you're about to make, the more suitable you are to make the right decision. If you don't understand concepts of construction, and if you see something that's wrong with your house, in the future, that may become something bigger that you just weren't aware of. Or on the other hand, it might be something small that you can fix real fast.
Right.
But since you don't have the experience, it kind of becomes a whole big thing, It might not have been. We want to make sure you understand that, because that's going to help you make the right offer, the right approach, or also feel comfortable, once you go through the process.
Right. All right. So what's included in a standard home inspection?
Well, a standard home inspection will disclose the status of the home from top to bottom, from side to side, from under to the top. That's how I call it. We kind of take apart the house.
Okay.
We walk through it. We start by flying the drone, so we see the condition of the roof. And if it's suitable, we walk on it to see. But once we do that, then we walk around the property and we start looking at the siding, the outlets, the hose bibs, whatever is connected. We want to make sure that it's not frozen, that it's not loose. Any outlets outside, we want to make sure they're properly covered. There's no holes on the siding, condition of the homes. And of course, in the process, we're looking for other issues like wood-destroying organisms.
Okay.
The grading on the house, is it proper to let all the water run away, or is it staying in the house and creating a bigger issue? Once we walk inside, now we are really looking at the house. We're running water, we are opening panels to see the condition of the electrical panel. We are testing all kind of outlets, all switches. We are taking measurements. You name it, temperature measurements, of course.
Okay.
You name it. We just take the house apart, and at the end we create a report, and then that report will let you know all our findings.
Okay.
Now my approach is I like to bring the client with me as I do the inspection, as you stated,
Yes.
because it's different when you see a report on a piece of paper than when you experience that live, because now you can relate, right?
Yes.
That's what he said to me. He pointed out to this, he pointed out to that. Here, then all of a sudden you have a leak in the faucet somewhere in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and the water is running out. What are you gonna do?
Right.
You gotta run and shut that emergency switch, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So what happens if you don't know what it is?
Right.
Now we have an issue, right?
Yes.
Instead, oh yeah, he told me to run here. That's what I'm
Yes.
gonna do.
Yes.
So that's my approach.
Okay. Yeah. So when you do the inspection, as far as like pests, mold, and radon go, what is the purpose of that? How is that done? And then do you have any other additional services? That extra things other than the normal house inspection?
Yeah, correct. A house inspection will not address would destroy the organisms. Tank sweeps, looking for a tank, sewer scopes, radon, mold. Those are beyond the standard home inspection. Depending on the age of the home, depending on the kind of home that where is it situated, we kind of offer or suggest those to the client, because we want to make sure a house that was built in 1950s.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about probably the only source of fuel was either a tank, an oil tank buried underground, or probably some kind of charcoal.
Okay.
If it was a tank buried underground, was it leaking? Because now, if that tank was leaking, we're looking at a big expense, right? So, yeah, you need to know that it's there, because it becomes the seller's responsibility.
Yes.
So at the time of buying a house, that's the proper time to find out, so the seller can address it instead of you in the future when you're ready to sell.
Right.
Now you become liable for it.
Yes. Yes.
So you want to take care of that. Sewer scope will have a camera going through the sewer pipes. Why do we do that? Well, if the house was in a very wooded area, tree branches, right? They like to push or anything that's on their way,
Yes.
including plumbing.
That's right. Yeah.
So it will create hips, it will create hips. The path of the water, is it going straight into the main line, or is it just staying somewhere and not moving? What about septics? Yeah, septic is a whole other concept. Yes, yeah, now we're talking about a system of pipings that eventually end up in a tank.
Yes. Yes.
But in order to get there, we need pressure, right?
Yes.
What if we crush some pipe somewhere?
Along
Now,
the way.
you ever seen those lakes where it comes out from the ground? That's what creates that. We put enough water, weight on it, or we clog those. Now there is no pressure coming in. The water is what I try to find its way.
Okay.
Eventually find this way, it goes out.
Right.
And with that, I mean mold and everything else.
Okay. Let's take a break, and we're going to hear from our sponsors.
We on an ocean line, babe. We on an ocean line, babe. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. Yeah. This is everything. Deliver us serenity. Deliver us peace. Deliver us loving. You know we need it.
All right, so welcome back to our segment of home inspections from A to Z. We're here with George Moran today from Home Team. And next we're going to talk about the inspections for mold within the home.
Yes, mold, such a subject. Okay, so have you ever walked downstairs to the basement?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you get this headache. It's, oh my God, what is this? You get a musky smell. That's normally mold now. So what is mold? How do we get mold? Basically, it's just anything that's been exposed to water, to humidity, to moisture for too long. Now, how many different colors of mold you can find? Infinity. Last time I counted was 300,000 kind of different colors.
Right.
How do we identify it? That's a good question, right? The most obvious, the most clear is always the black mold. You see it, it's a big stain somewhere, or probably a whitish or greenish looking.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, we look for areas that are exposed to water, humidity, basements, crawl space, attics. Many people don't think about the attic, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we do get mold up there.
Right.
Kitchen sinks, it leaked,
Mm-hmm.
stay there. Guess what? Eventually became mold. How about bathrooms, showers?
Yeah.
Showers, when they don't have enough air being exhausted,
Mm-hmm.
all that hot vapor steam that builds up when somebody's taking a hot shower. Do you take
Yeah.
hot showers?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you
And
get
it's
all
all
this.
over everything. The
Yes, you
steam.
see all those black
Yeah.
spots everywhere
Yeah.
in the window, in the corners,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, So it's important to have a good exhaust system in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to always check areas that are exposed to humidity.
Yeah.
It's important to have enough air filtration to
Okay.
let all that humidity eventually evaporate,
Right.
leave the area.
Okay.
This way you do not develop more.
Okay.
And if we do find it, now we have to go address it in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, most common is come and test it, right?
Okay.
Make sure you pick up a sample, either a swab
Mm-hmm.
or you take some air samples and you
Mhm.
send it to the lab. When they come back, you now you got a result.
Okay.
Now you know how to address it.
Mm-hmm.
And is addressing difficult? Yes, but it could also be easy.
Okay. Okay.
It's mostly removing the exposed area and replacing that with something that's no longer exposed to humidity
Right.
because we have released all that.
Yeah. So basically cut down in the moisture in the area.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. All right. And then tell us about how you inspect for like the termites, the beetles, the ants. How does that
With
work?
destroying organisms,
Yeah.
right? Oh my
Yeah.
God, there's so many kinds, but four of them are very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Termites, which is the most popular.
Mm-hmm.
They say there are two kinds of homes in New Jersey. One that has termites, and ones that where the owners don't know they have it yet.
Wow.
Yes. Then you got your border beetles, your carpet ants, your carpet bees,
Mm-hmm.
and more.
Mm-hmm.
The idea behind it is they compromise the structure of the wood framing, and it makes it weak.
Mm-hmm.
So many times when you look for them, you have this probes, which is a tool basically with a steel tip,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of tap everywhere. We're listening for sounds. Anywhere we find a hollow sound,
Mm-hmm.
that's exposed probably. So we're
Okay.
gonna go and poke a little bit more on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we find it? Everywhere there's wood.
Okay.
Also, we look for these tubes. They come up, they look like dirt. You can actually take them apart.
Mm-hmm.
But as they move up, the termite comes with it.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
It
So that's
takes,
their way of traveling.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Now,
Yeah.
how does that colony start with a termite specifically? They have these niches where they build up, right? They become a whole colony.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time, mother and the father will come up, fly up to the next spot. When they find a suitable space, they drop their wings.
Oh,
And now
wow.
they're established.
And now yes. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
And that's how they move.
Okay. All right. So, how do you handle the inaccessible areas like the crawl space, the attics, the roof? Those hard to get into places.
Okay. I'm a big guy, but I always said I can squeeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we find crawl spaces, small areas, back to my car, put in my hazmat suit,
Mhm.
normally white or yellow, my gloves, my goggles, my mask. Time to go in.
Mhm.
We do have to find those. We do have to access those inaccessible areas because
Mhm.
that's where most of the problems are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Inaccessible usually means nobody's been on it in a while,
That's right.
and therefore nobody's addressing the issues
Yeah,
in
they
it.
have
So
no
it's
clue
so
what's
important to do it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, of course, regardless, there will be areas that no matter what you do,
Mhm.
you won't be able to access it. So, two alternatives, right? You either ask the seller to please make it available for us, or
Mhm.
introduce different kind of tools to
Mhm.
try to access and give you a good idea of what it is.
Okay.
Now, of course, you have your slab on grade, which is basically just foundation
Mhm.
thrown right on the ground.
Mhm.
So no way to get there.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, you have to understand that that's there and
Yeah.
that's always going to be there.
Okay.
The attics too. Some of the attics are called inaccessible
Mm-hmm.
because they have this small scuttle, which is basically just an opening you can push up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we make every effort to get on everything.
Okay. All right. And how about the roof? Like, how do you actually?
The roof, yes. Okay, so I particularly don't walk on roofs that
Mhm.
much, especially if they're that high up,
Mm-hmm.
and the pitch is so elevated.
Yes.
It's impossible to get a good grip when you go up. And the last
Yeah.
thing you want is a home inspector that falls off.
Yeah.
You don't want
Don't want that.
No, that makes it very difficult for everybody. The
Yeah.
buyer doesn't know the condition of the roof. The agent is crossing their fingers. What am I gonna
Yeah.
do now?
Right.
So I actually bring my drone.
Okay.
I had 3 different kind of drones.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is special. As I fly through, there are some areas that are hanging. This one can flip over, so I can see from underneath.
Oh, wow.
But to be very honest with you, the roof is more. We get a better idea of the roof
Mm-hmm.
when we look at the attic.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because water could be seeping from the top,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see it.
Right.
But if you go to the attic and you see that big spot coming down, then hey my God, something's going on here.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course, now you have your obvious ones, but the missing shingles are
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're also looking for the age of the roof. The kind of shingle they use it,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're using shingles or something else.
Mm-hmm.
Those flat roofs are usually very more complicated. I make every effort to walk the flat roof.
Okay.
Because water will seep on the roof,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. And if they don't have an opening scuttle, we call it an opening where all the water will drain out, water's gonna seep in.
Yeah.
And if you apply enough heat underneath,
Yes.
it's gonna try to
come
seep through.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely, those flat roofs are very, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So when you do your reporting for the inspections, how do you structure the report and what kind of information are you relaying to the customer about the property?
Okay, well, the reports are very simple in the way they're reading.
Mm-hmm.
We start with, of course, introducing ourselves, the company, everybody else, and just letting you know, hey, today we were here, this is it. Once we jump into the report, we have a summary page.
Okay.
Summary will tell the client, hey, listen, we found this, 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 and this. It will have it by sections, plumbing, electrical. There will be sections there that would say material defects.
Okay.
Of course, you focus it on those because the material defects will be in the structure that's cracked or something or that kind of thing. That's going to cost you more than $1,000 to repair.
Right.
The electrical box that needs to be replaced. Okay, that will be in there. Then you have your safety. You're going to trip if you don't fix this. There's a cable that's hanging over your head, and if you move up a little too close, guess what? It's going to happen. Yeah. So those are the kind of things that we bring up in the report.
All right. Do you distinguish between like a high priority and a low priority repair?
Yes, we do. We don't specifically give you prices on what it would cost to fix it, but we make every effort to make you aware that that's going to eventually get you if you don't
address it.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay. Well, we're going to cut to a break and hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Buying and selling or helping clients close deals? Trust Hunting Inspection Service in Monmouth County for fast, true, and reliable home inspections. Our team-based approach ensures that every detail is covered, giving you clear, easy-to-read reports right on schedule. Whether you're a homeowner looking for peace of mind or a real estate agent wanting to a smooth, hassle-free closing, we got you covered. Schedule inspection today or give us a call. Hunting Inspection Service. We inspect to protect. 732-704-8918. Thank you.
Welcome back to our segment of Home Inspectors from A to Z. We're back with George from Home Team, and we just have a few more questions, and then we're going to wrap this segment up for today. So how long does an inspection typically take?
An inspection can take you anywhere from an hour to, I think the one that took me most was about 6.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did 9,500 square feet. Beautiful home. I mean,
Oh,
have 4 chimneys on it. Everywhere you look, there was another home, another
oh
house,
my
another
goodness.
area.
All in one house.
Yes,
Wow.
everything there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it took us a while to do it. But typical inspection will have you within an hour, hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, I guess, if you
Mm-hmm.
stress it. It all depends on how the client is reacted to the inspection, whether
Mm-hmm.
they're asking many questions,
Yeah.
if anything is accessible,
Yeah.
if anything is blocking our way, we need to open our panels. Do we have to take everything off or to open the panel? You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? Normally, we don't move things around,
Mm-hmm.
but if it comes to it, I'm looking at it, it's right there. Just have to move a little bit. Okay, as long as I have the permission of the seller, I'm
Okay.
okay with it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's good to have the buyer attend so that they, again, can pretty much know what you're talking about when they look at the report. It won't be like foreign to them.
To be very honest with you, I think it's imperative that he shows up. It will
Okay.
be let's put it this way. If they don't show up to the inspection, they're missing a fantastic opportunity.
Mm.
I don't mind. I mean, of course, when we have access to the attic, when we have to go climb the ladder, I'd ask them not to move there.
Yeah.
Or if I'm flying the drone, I don't need them to be watching
Mm-hmm.
me when I'm flying the
Right.
drone. I'll just
Right.
bring the pictures.
Yeah.
But besides that, as we tour the home, yeah, definitely. They should definitely attend it. They should definitely be with the home inspector. And this way you keep the home inspector honest.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
listen, I didn't see you coming in there.
Right.
What do you
Right.
think about this?
Right. That's right.
Should you
Yeah.
ask questions during the inspection?
Mhm.
Definitely. You should ask tons and tons of questions.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
make sure. And if he's not comfortable with it, then may not have the right home inspector, right?
That's
I don't
right.
mind it. Myself, my God, I welcome them all,
Yeah. That's great. I'm sure that would make the buyer feel a lot more
Yes,
comfortable.
exactly.
Yeah, with buying that property.
Now you really understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Now you really have that perspective for your home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great.
Mm.
So, what kind of payment options do you guys offer?
We have different kind of payments. I mean, the most popular, of course, is cash, check, or credit card.
Mm-hmm.
This credit card is a fee involved with a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, I mean, we try to make it very comfortable for the client.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have this flex fund, we call it, or pay at close,
Oh.
where the client has the opportunity to move the payment towards the closing, and everything is settled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can literally have the inspection done.
Yes.
And then don't have to worry about any costs until closing. And
yeah, when the closing times. In the meantime, of course, there will be a bank that will contact them and make sure they have all that information and everything else. But that's what it is. We try to make it comfortable for the client. It is already a big investment they're making, so the more suitable they get to that point.
Yeah.
And that helps the agent as well.
It does. It really does. That's
Yes.
good. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a great option. If you're in the market for a home inspector, please give George a call. He's from Home Team, Monmouth County area, but he does all of New Jersey. He's a great inspector. You won't be disappointed. We'll leave his information at the end of the video for you to get his contact information as far as phone number, email, and all of that information. Again, I am Sheila Stokes from the Ellis Realty Group, and we're going to wrap up this segment for today.
I want to thank you very much for having me here today.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy working with you guys. You guys are a fantastic group. Thank you so much for
and thank you so much.
I appreciate
you for
that.
Coming out.
We are available. Give us a call. I work on the weekends. I don't have a problem with it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.